Hi, I'm Ron Epstein, co-owner of Home Theater Forum. And before we get to today's review, I just want to quickly talk about our Mac community on Home Theater Forum. We've got a great community of enthusiasts that are there each and every day discussing everything Apple. We hope you'll come to our forum and visit our Mac forum. There you'll meet people like Sam, Dave, Matt, Nelson, Man, just to name a few. Guys, thank you for being there each and every day. And recently we've been talking everything iPad, as Apple has just recently released the new iPad. I'm loving it. I really am. I went from the iPad 1 to the iPad 3, and I am incredibly happy with this device. But if you're somebody like me who does a lot of work with documents, or perhaps sits in on a business meeting and needs to take notes, typing on the iPad is not exactly the greatest experience. First of all, the keyboard takes up a great deal of screen real estate. Second of all, the typing is not always precise. And third of all, you have to deal with smudges on the screen. And there are a lot of companies that recognize the problem of typing on the iPad, and as a result have introduced keyboard folios. Now, if you don't know what a keyboard folio is, basically what it is a case for your iPad that comes with a low-profile keyboard. One of the leaders in making keyboard folios is a company named ZAGG. They've been making one of the most popular keyboard folios, the ZAGGFolio, and that's what we're going to look at today. Okay, so here's the ZAGGFolio, and across the top of the box you'll notice it says for iPad 2, but I assure you it is compatible with the new third generation iPad. And if you're in the store and you get the chance, you'll see there's a little window on the box that you can actually touch the case to see how it feels. But you know what, this can be kind of deceiving because right now it feels a little bit soft and you really don't know, how durable is this case for my iPad. But I think once we open this up, I can show you a little bit better that it is a very durable case. So let's open up the case. All right, there we go. Now the ZAGGFolio is available in, I believe, up to 7 colors and a variety of different textures. This is the one that I like the most. This is the carbon fiber casing. And you could see, well, you can see it, but you can't feel it. But once you feel it, you could see that it's very durable. It feels very rugged. You can be assured that when you put your iPad into this case, it is very well protected. I was quite surprised to see how rugged and durable this case really is. So let's open it up. And the first thing you'll find is a set of instructions as well as a USB charging cable. What we're going to do is insert our iPad into the case, and before I do that, I want to point out that this where your iPad sits has a very soft lining, so you can be assured that when you slide your iPad into this case, it's not going to scratch the back of it. So let's take our iPad and slip it in. It slips in very easily. All you do is you snap it in across the top as so. There it goes. And let me close this case and show you the outside of it first. We're going to snap it shut. And I want to point this out. This case has a heavy-duty latch across the front, which is very important because once it's closed, you want to make sure that it's not going to snap open on you. Now, early versions of this product, there were complaints that this didn't always stay closed. But after using this for a week, I can assure you it will snap and stay shut. As a matter of fact, if you try to open it, it takes a little bit of effort to open, which I find to be a good thing because, you want to be assured that, once it's closed, it's closed. Now, let's take a look at the outside of this case. This case is very well designed for the fact that all your necessary ports are accessible. By that, I mean across the bottom, you've got your speaker, you've got access to your connecting dock. As we move around this case, we've got access to our headphone plug, to our power, to our volume toggle switches. So all the necessary functions of the iPad are easily accessible from the outside of the case. And again, as I hold this in my hand, I'm very impressed with how rugged the case is. So let's open it up and take a look at the inside. I wanted to provide a better camera angle here so we can really see this keyboard folio come into play. So listen, if you're on like an airline flight with limited tray space, or you're sitting in a meeting and you need to take notes, this goes from being just an ordinary iPad case to something really remarkable. Now watch, you open this up and the iPad slides into this groove as so. And what you have before you is something that resembles a netbook or a laptop. What you have is this wonderful Bluetooth wireless keyboard that you can now type on your iPad with. Pairing the ZAGGFolio wireless Bluetooth keyboard to your iPad is a fairly simple process, which I will quickly show you. Basically, what you do is you turn the keyboard on. And as you can see by the status light, it is on. Then you go to Settings on your iPad, turn your Bluetooth connection on, hit the Connect button. Now, we previously paired this keyboard, so it's not going to ask us for a password, but the first time you connect your keyboard, it will ask you for a password, which you will enter on the keyboard to confirm. And as I press here, you're going to see that our ZAGG keyboard is now connected. I'm going to stop for a moment and give everybody watching this video the best piece of advice that I can give about shopping for the perfect keyboard folio. Please listen up. This is very important. You can spend a lot of money. You could spend a little money buying the keyboard folio of your choice. It doesn't matter how nice the case is. If the keyboard does not fit your needs, you're going to be very unhappy. What I'm saying is the most important aspect of buying a keyboard folio is not the case. It's the keyboard. The ZAGGFolio keyboard is the best mobile keyboard I have used, hands down. And the reason is very simple. You'll notice that the keys are much smaller than a standard keyboard, but that's fine. What really sets this keyboard apart is the spacing of the keys. You can see the spacing here. The keys aren't crammed together in a really low profile factor. There's a lot of space here, and that is the most important aspect of this keyboard because it allows more room for your fingers to type. And I will show you that in just a moment, but I want to point out this keyboard is the absolute best mobile keyboard I have used, hands down. And for that reason alone, the ZAGGFolio is a must-buy. I want to point out that the ZAGGFolio uses a long life rechargeable battery that gives you several weeks of normal use. It comes with a USB charging cord. It plugs in on the side of the keyboard, and once it's charged, it will last you several weeks. Across the top of the keyboard, there are several function keys that give you more control of your iPad. For instance, we can search. We can do a picture slideshow. We can go back to our home screen. Okay. We can, there's a cut and paste key. There's a copy key. Also, when you're playing music, you can play, you can pause, you can go forward to the next track or go to the previous track. There's also a volume up and a volume down and a volume mute key. Finally, there is a lock key that you can lock and turn your iPad back on with. I can assure you what I'm about to show you is going to be very difficult for me because I'm standing at an angle trying to work around this camera. But I want to show you just how fast and accurately I can type with this keyboard. Now that took very little effort, and my keys fell, my fingers fell right into place with the keys. That was exceptional, and it had a nice tactile feel beneath my fingers, and as you can see, no problem at all typing that. There's one more thing I want to show you here. Thus far, we've been using our iPad in landscape mode, but you can take your iPad and remove it from the case, and it simply slides out, as does the Bluetooth keyboard. It just slides out of the case, all right? And then you take your iPad and you put it into the groove as so, and now we can type in portrait mode, and it works just as well. How about that? So that's my look at the ZAGGFolio. You can find this in stores or find it online at www.zagg.com. It does add a bit of thickness to your iPad, and that's one of the trade-offs that you're going to get with a keyboard folio, and it does add a little bit of weight, but I must say for the most part the case is very lightweight, so it's not adding a considerable amount of weight. And no, it doesn't feel like you're carrying around a laptop or a netbook. The case design is terrific. This is made of polyurethane. For $30 more you can upgrade to leather. That's right, they have leather cases available, and you might want to look into that. So very happy with this. It's got the best keyboard in its class, and that's the most important thing that you're looking for in a keyboard folio. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you'll join us on Home Theater Forum. And until my next review, I'm Ron Epstein, HomeTheaterForum.com.